Alright, so it's the day before our big Simpson Desert expedition to try and go into the remote reaches of the Simpson Desert where people normally don't go to. I'm excited.
I'm very excited. We've been working for a while and, you know, we've done 3 crossings this year. It's going to be really nice just to go in there on our own and go on this expedition. So what we're doing, we are starting at Mount Dare and we're doing a full loop and ending at Mount Dare.
I'm very excited to see some of these oil wells, and we're going to be doing a bit of HEMA work as well. So we're going to be mapping out the real extremities of the Simpson Desert that people normally don't have the opportunity to because of fuel, time, or they just don't know about it. So we're very excited to see that.
Let's go. 45 minutes into the trip and we've got a bash plate bolt loose. Good one. This is the local swimming hole at Mount Dare, 71 k's away. So we're here at Dalhousie Hot Springs and it's one of 80 mound springs in this area in Widra. The reason why they're shaped as a mound is because this water's got a lot of minerals in it, and as the water evaporates it leaves behind the mineral deposits. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's about 38 degrees.
Very warm, very relaxing. So we're at Dalhousie, so this is the best time to put the sand flag up before we're hitting the desert. One little tip with sand flags is buy ones that has a pin and then this goes through it like that. The ones with the air fittings are crap. No good. They just flog out after 1 or 2 crossings.
I reckon I'll go 14 front, 15 rear, and then I'll just adjust from there.
Sounds good to me. Here's a little bit of history about the roads that are within the Simpson Desert.
All of the tracks in the Simpson Desert, apart from the Madigan line, they were all shot lines created by bulldozers for the purpose of oil exploration, which started in the 1960s and went all the way until the early 1990s.
Long time.
It was a very long time. Quite literally hundreds of shot lines through the Simpson Desert, and if you look at a map, you can see all the shot lines created by the oil exploration rigs and the bulldozers. Those roads were built by the famous Burrsville mailman Tom Cruise. He had a contracting road construction company, and him and also Reg Sprigg, who was the first person to complete a motorised crossing across the Simpson Desert, he helped as well with the road building. And you know what better person to do it than him, who knew the country quite well. The purpose was to conduct seismic measurement to figure out what laid beneath the Simpson Desert. And the data that they got from that exploration is actually really interesting. I'll just put it up here. And that's what they found underneath the desert. The Simpson Desert is isolated from services and can be dangerous with difficult terrain, extremes of temperature and no permanent water. Well, luckily we're prepared. Come on, ugly fish, let's go. And we're heading into the Simpson Desert now. Day 1.
There's survey markers littered all through the Simpson Desert, so it's always cool to stop at a couple, have a bit of a look.
So if you see a BM on a map, that's what you're looking for. Warming up. Ready to go on?
Yeah.
We're here at Wonga Junction, so we're going to turn right and head down the rig road because there's a few oil rigs down here. We're here at the Macumba 1 oil well on the rig road, and we're about to continue heading south on the Kumi 1 oil well road. So we're going to try and find the oil well.
Because we are going to go a little bit more tracky, we're going to air down the tyres a bit more. What do you reckon, about 12, 14?
12 on the front, 14 on the rear. I'm excited to go down this oil road. I wonder when the last time someone went down it. The dunes along the Kumi track are huge, and they are not your typical French line dunes. They were originally cut with clay like the rig road, but these dunes are severely eroded and they have massive washouts and ruts. Right, we're a bit stuck on this dune, so Jeremy's got the lockers in. So negotiating these dunes requires some technical driving experience and perhaps a spotter as well, just to make sure you don't fall in any hole or rut, and just take it easy because you're in the desert and what's the rush?
This track's taken a lot longer than what we thought it was going to. But we can finally see some glimpses of old oil exploration.
Here we are, we've found the capped oil well. Here we are, top of the oil well.
That's accuracy right there.
That's what it takes to do HEMA work, accuracy, just like that. Well, this wasn't too hard to find at all. Just looked very out of place in the bush. But we did it, it only took us 3 hours. I tell you what, this drive coming into this oil well would have to be the most rugged off track I've ever done in my life.
Very, very remote, but the last Thai tracks for a very long time, I reckon.
Alright, let's find camp.
We've got steaks on the fire and we're just planning out tomorrow's route. Absolutely love camping out here in the desert. It's an early morning run because we know the 27 k's back that way is going to take a while. But luckily, we know where to go and we're going to follow our old tracks.
Got this little dune starting to form here over the road, which will eventually be as big as all these other dunes here in the desert. So what's quite interesting about the Simpson Desert is the dunes are still being formed over the north-northwest parallel winds, and it can just be seen right here. That's one day is going to be a big dune. Pretty eroded here. This would make it difficult because someone who doesn't know what they're doing, they could definitely get in some drivers here. Driving to and from these oil rig roads, it's proper remote. Especially this late in the season, I don't reckon we would have seen anyone for a long time. Now it's time to head back towards the rig road and head towards the Arabena track.
We're heading north on the Arabena track. It's quite easy going because you actually run parallel to the dunes, so you don't really cross them. Not all of the oil wells are hard to get to. We're going to head to the Arabena oil well, which is just off the French line. The oil exploration boys would build big platforms for the machines and they make great campsites.
Arabena 1 oil well. And it was easy to find. We just drove up on top of the last dune. Really flat and massive, and we camped just over there. So 1981 it was checked for oil or gas by Santos, which is South Australia NT Oil Search. And only 1 month later it was plugged. So it mustn't have been too much down there, but they went to 8,400 feet. That's a lot.
Ooh, I wonder what that is in the new money.
I don't know.
We're about to head back onto the French line. Isabel's driving the hard way. We're going east to west back to the Dare.
Yeah, I've never actually done this section of the French line.
So this should be fun.
Yeah, never done it the hard way, so it should be very fun. It's going to be high 30 degrees.
Yeah, it's been high 30s for ages, so it's going to be real soft.
Hey, yeah, they'll heat up to a nice pressure. 40 degrees outside. So we're heading east to west on the French line. I've got this pretty big dune in front of me. So just a quick rundown on what I'm doing to drive this dune without getting bogged. Got in low range, I've chosen first gear for the climb, and the tyres are on 10 psi and 12 psi on the rear. So see how I go. Nice and easy. Now there's some bumps on this, so I'm going to try to avoid them if I can. Go off to the side a bit. Keep my momentum up, about 2 grand for our Hilux. How do you drive the desert? Do you flog it? Do you take it easy?
We're at the bottom of a Wombat Hole dune, so I'm going to show you guys probably where the best to place your tyres if you don't have any lockers. Isabel's not going to use any lockers, but you can see there's a hole. There's a hole and they're opposing, so you don't want to put your wheel in here. If you can get your wheel up here, right along this edge here, you won't fall into these holes over here. So your drivers will be here, passenger will be here, and you're following up the high sides. These would be knee-deep holes. Right, excellent. Look at that, beautiful. See how Isabel's tyres are on the high side there, high side over there. There's your holes, missed them completely. and didn't do these big struggle dig holes. People just think they're on a train track and just do the single line, but you don't have to.
We've got these pretty big wombat holes here, and Jeremy's going to demonstrate driving through it, first gear, low range, where he's going to have no lockers, no traction aids, 10-piece eye on the front, 12-piece eye on the rear, and just see what driving into these holes actually does to the car, if it does make it struggle more. Which it does, but we just want to demonstrate, because there's nothing better than watching. There we go. Didn't even make it up. It's flexing up. This is what you don't want to do. You want to stick to these high sides. Otherwise you're just going to be bogged and waste your fuel and overheat your car, and we don't want that in the desert.
Now we'll show you the power of what twin lockers can do. I'm not going to back all the way down because I won't need it.
There you go, twin diff lockers, piece of piss. Now those axles are locked together, you got the same power distributed between both, regardless if a wheel's in the air. That's the beauty of twin diff locks.
Never thought I'd do a little wheel lift in the desert.
After a bit of fun tackling the French line, we're gonna head to our last oil well, which is down on the Colson track. So we're retracing our tyre tracks from 2 years ago. We're following the Arabena oil rig road. There's big washouts on this track. There's a defined path, very defined. We've made it to the Arabena oil well, the cap site. It's really hot at the moment.
40 degrees at the moment, so we'll make it quick.
Oh, you can absolutely feel it. It's just absolutely surrounded by prickles. This well was drilled to 8,776 feet.
If you don't know the desert, you see these here? Lethal. Pricklies. You see that there? Lethal, pricklies. You see everything here? Lethal, pricklies, everything's prickly. But we've got something cool I want to show you. A lot of people think there's no food out in the desert. They're wrong. Here we have a prime example of a great little bush tucker. It's called ruby saltbush. Now this is found anywhere where water lays, and it produces, these are huge. These are really good.
Really yummy.
It can produce orange, yellow, and of course, hence the name, ruby red berries. See these here? These are great, salty sweet.
Beautiful. That's actually a really nice snack. Alright, let's get out the sun. Holy shit, it is hot. Ooh, that is a good sound. On our way out though, we've done all the mapping, that's all done that side of things. So now just get to appreciate the whole drive out. That marks the end of our Simpson Desert expedition. Thanks for watching, and if you liked our video, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.